The Indiana Pacers have become one of the deepest squads in the entire Eastern Conference, but in addition to having useful pieces off the bench at every position, many of the players that make up their core are very young. And this could be the reason why Indiana could have a breakout season this year, considering the weakness of a conference that has lost players of the talent of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Bradley Beal in recent months. This will be head coach Rick Carlisle's mission in his third season in charge of the team, considering that the previous 2 seasons have not gone too well. In fact, during his time in Indiana, the Pacers have a total record of 60 wins and 104 losses, which logically has not allowed the team to enter the playoffs on either occasion. However, this summer should mark a turning point in the course of a franchise that has been able to move very well in the market during the last few months. There is no doubt that the most important piece of the entire project is Tyrese Haliburton. The 23-year-old point guard was one of the players competing for the Most Improved Player award last season after a spectacular performance in which he averaged 20.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 10.4 assists per game, with 49% shooting from the field and 40% in three-pointers. A versatile point guard, capable of performing on both sides of the court, and who also possesses incredible athletic attributes for his position. But if Tyrese stands out for something, it is for his incredible ability to run the offense. Excellent both at the pick and roll, as in this action and finding options for shooters, as in this action in a game against the Memphis Grizzlies. And Tyrese will most likely end up sharing a backcourt with the Indiana Pacers' most important offseason signing. Bruce Brown has signed a $45 million contract for 2 seasons after his great performance for the Denver Nuggets, in which he was vital to win the championship. Brown is a versatile perimeter player, capable of playing 3 different positions despite being only 6.4 inches. Defensively, Brown offers a lot of explosiveness, being a very quick player who is able to switch on screens. But Bruce is also a very efficient offensive player. This duo with Haliburton can form one of the most defensively sound backcourts in the league. And besides Bruce, another player with good experience in the NBA who will be able to help lead the team in the locker room is Miles Turner, a player who has not stopped hearing transfer rumors for many seasons. However, he is coming off the best season of his career, 18 points and 7.5 rebounds per game, with an efficient 55% from the field and 37% in three-pointers. A center who has always stood out on defense, thanks in part to his incredible blocking ability, but this season has proven his worth to be a fundamental offensive piece. The case of Benedict Mathurin is also a reason to be excited. The Canadian was selected in the 6th position of the 2022 draft and has had a great rookie season in which he has averaged 16.7 points per game. At the moment, he is not the most efficient scorer, but with only 21 years of age, he has a lot of time ahead to improve in that aspect. A player with a very good offensive bag and a unique personality, which allows him to have the confidence to score at the highest level. Mathurin is undoubtedly a player who will benefit even more from Haliburton's vision to find opportunities to hurt defenses. And the last position of the starting 5 is power forward, where the Pacers may have some deficiencies. And only maybe because Indiana has acquired a player who can give more than one surprise this season. Obi Toppin is one of the players with more potential in his class, but has not had all the chances to shine in the Knicks. However, he should be the starter for the Indianapolis team. Despite his great size at 6'9", Toppin is an excellent transition player who is capable of running the fast break both on and off the ball. What's more, the power forward came to Indiana only in exchange for 2 second-round draft picks. As mentioned, the Pacers have a very good second unit, starting at point guard. TJ McConnell will be entering his 5th season in Indiana, while he continues to be one of the most efficient backup point guards in the NBA. A good defender despite his small size, a great organizer, and a player who usually doesn't make too many mistakes. In other words, he is a dream backup point guard for any franchise. TJ is also a very efficient scorer, and even lacking the best athletic ability, he was able to make 54% of his shots last season. The backup center spot will likely go to Daniel Theis. The German has struggled to get playing time for the Pacers this past season, but he is coming off a strong performance at the World Cup. Theis was part of Germany's championship team, averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds per game. He also showed a great ability to play the pick and roll with Dennis Schroeder, which will surely be extrapolated with Halliburton. This performance may have restored his confidence to return to being a big-time NBA minutes player. Buddy Hield would certainly be the team's most prominent bench piece, but the current situation indicates that the player could be off the Pacers as soon as a week from now. It appears that Indiana is not interested in offering a contract extension to the player, even having achieved great efficiency over the past season. Hield is one of the best sharpshooters in the entire NBA, a real machine gun from the three-point line that is able to be efficient, even shooting a high volume of shots. So, the player will most likely leave Indiana before the season even starts. And more than a few teams are interested in the Bahamian shooting guard, so surely the Pacers will get good players in return. Indiana could use this opportunity to try to find an upgrade at the power forward position, such as Tobias Harris or several bench pieces. One player that surprised many during his rookie season was Andrew Nembhard. The player quickly earned a starting spot for the Pacers, where he was able to showcase his good opportunity-creating skills. Increasing competition within the team will likely mean that he will have to come off the bench, but it is clear that he will get minutes to continue to show good progression. And a similar case last season was Jordan Nwora. The small forward was traded to Indiana in February last year, in the same trade as Kevin Durant. And after 3 seasons in which he didn't have too many opportunities in Milwaukee, he was finally able to shine for the Pacers. Nwora averaged 13 points and 5 rebounds per game in the 24 games he played in Indiana last season, where he also shot a spectacular 42% from three-point range. The Pacers have managed to create a very complementary unit. A roster that has a good balance between the starting and backup fives, and they will probably get even better in this aspect after an eventual trade for Buddy Hield. But when you have a point guard like Halliburton, the easiest thing to do is to get the necessary pieces around him. And in this case, a group composed of elite shooters seems like the best option. Plus, the team's defensive versatility may give them a few extra wins during the regular season. However, the bookmakers give about a 40% chance that Indiana will qualify for the playoffs, but there is no indication that the Pacers are a worse team than their direct rivals, such as Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago, Orlando, or even Brooklyn. In fact, compared directly to those franchises, only Toronto may be at a similar level in terms of rotation depth. So if the Pacers manage to pull off a great season in the East, for us, it's not going to be a surprise.